Well, now we'll turn to a powerful story of transformation where sport becomes a national movement for well-being, inclusion, and community empowerment. Please join me to welcome Shaima SALEH Al-Husseini, Managing Director of Saudi Sport for All.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I want to thank Vision Golf for hosting this incredible event, for bringing together this group of change makers, and for providing me a few minutes and moments to tell the story of how sports is transforming my country, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But following the success of the 2024 Paris Olympics, the largest event ever hosted in France, and there have been few and the first games to ever achieve gender parity on the field, pitch, and court in France. And on the heels of the amazing 124th French Open, no one has to convince France the importance of sports culturally, economically, diplomatically, and certainly the nation's tourism and travel industry. Sports is what brought us here together, because that's what sports does. It unites, it builds communities, it bridges differences, builds partnerships and friendships. It empowers people, young and old, men and women. It brings identity to nations and hope. It brings joy, promise, health, and an improved quality of life of people all over the world. That's how we see the role of sports at the Saudi Sports for All Federation. It's a tool, a driving force for societal advancement, enhancements, progressive transformation, and sports is one frame that helps us design and shape our futures. And we're all using sports every day successfully. For some, sports will be PSG or Al-Hilal. Don't worry, I'm not going to ask anyone what they choose. But for many, it's also our favorite athlete, a role model, someone who we look up to. It will be a moment in time shared with a parent or a friend. But the societal footprints of sports is the conscience of nations. And the lives of their people is now so much more, so much larger, and so much impactful. I've been the Managing Director of Saudi Sports for All since 2019, and I've already experienced a lifetime of change in Saudi Arabia in those 6 years. For one thing, at SFA, I don't stand out because our leadership team is now more than 60% women and hopefully increasing. The Federation is a living, breathing example of how inclusion and empowerment is not just a goal or just something we put on our checklist. It's actually a reality. It's something that we are living in modern Saudi Arabia. Vision 2030, Saudi Arabia's blue footprint of cultural, social, and economical transformation in less than a decade has already brought historic change to our country. Saudi Arabia is now the place that the ideas come to life and our future come to be nourished and engaged to build a better and safer world. The same goes for sports. Saudi Arabia is serious about the role of sports in society, in our economy, and a driver of tourism, a driver of development, a driver for youth employment, as more and more young people find opportunities in our fast and growing sports sector. And I'm not just talking about football, World Cup 2034, the Asian Games, professional boxing, or the tennis events that we have in Saudi. Though all of this is happening now and will happen in Saudi. What I want to talk about to you today is the transformational power of sports, how it can change lives, strengthen our economy, boost health, advance the quality of life, and be a tool for inclusion. Few of us will be world-class athletes, But that doesn't mean that sports, physical activity, and membership in community sports clubs can't change our lives. Sports is doing that right now in Saudi Arabia. Vision 2030 challenged us to build a new Saudi Arabia. Inclusive opportunities for everyone, a place where dreams are met and become reality, a place where everyone is engaged, all ages, all genders, and all nationalities, where everyone could live a healthier, fulfilled, happier life. And that's where Sports for All Federation comes in. Our mission in the Federation is to make the goal of Vision 2030 possible for everyone by motivating individuals from all backgrounds to live a healthier, happier life, by increasing community levels of physical activity and social interaction, by improving the livability of our cities through greater accessibility to community sports, and by engaging the private sector as the partner in this venture, and together building a sustainable sporting ecosystem, and most importantly, a wellness infrastructure as well that benefits everyone. It's a big order. Create a healthier society, unite people through community clubs and organizations. But in a digital age where everyone is on their phones, and no place is more digitally connected than Saudi Arabia, nearly 70% of our population are under the age of 35, and they're always online. It was a challenge, and it still is a challenge, moving from screens to fields, replacing keyboards with rackets and weights. So let's cut to the chase. Does it actually work? Can sports help create healthier lives? Can it bring people together? Can it be a tool or a toolbox to lessen isolation? Can it take young people from the digital world to the pitch or the field? Yes, it can. And I think we have enough proof in the last couple of years that if you have the right strategy and work on the strategy and create a roadmap that leads to where you want to go, it can definitely engage all citizens in the country. Sports does boost health. From 2018 till 2024, the kingdom has seen physical activity increase of 13% to 60% of the population living in Saudi Arabia. This is by definition life-changing. Sports does promote inclusion, and not just when I say sports for all. Actually, across the kingdom, women's involvement in sports skyrocketed by more than 150% in the last 5 years. Women now make up 45% of our neighborhood clubs. More than 25 national federations have women national teams. Sports in the kingdom is not changing some lives, it's changing all lives. And that means an improved quality of life across the nation. Lower obesity rates, lower diabetes, lessened isolation, and that cause better mental health. We're not just building a better Saudi Arabia, we're building a healthier, happier Saudi Arabia. We're not just building a stronger Saudi Arabia through sports. We're adding an additional pillar to the kingdom's economy, a pillar that will create jobs, generate investments, and continue to ensure that Saudi Arabia is one of the world's fastest growing tourism destinations. At SFA, we're making sure that the progress we've created, already seen, keeps growing, keeps engaging more and more of our citizens until a better quality of life is the norm for all of us. And so we'll keep expanding neighborhood clubs, which is our SFA's school-based initiatives by activating schools after hours. That gives students regular access to sports all year round, every day, and physical activity and health education in partnership with the Ministry of Sports and the Ministry of Education, until everyone has full access to be physically active in the kingdom. As part of our youth-focused efforts, for example, we have the Tennis for All program. A program introduces the sport of tennis to a new generation of young people across the kingdom. It is part of our broader vision to nurture homegrown talent and promote long-term sustainability for Saudi leagues in the kingdom, ensuring that youth have access not only to facilities, but also to opportunities meaning equipment, coaches, and so on. We launched the Riyadh Marathon in 2022. The 2025 edition saw an increase of 100% from the year before. More than 40,000 participants ran the Riyadh Marathon in 2025, and hopefully will keep growing. We are so proud to see that each year we are narrowing the gap in participation numbers between women and men. And for women who want to become active, many told us from our surveys that they prefer to work out at home. We listened to them, and we launched a program to help them called Your Home, Your Gym. That program is now engaging more than 3.8 million women in Saudi Arabia, and hopefully will keep growing. Vision 2030's goal of a healthier nation, of a better quality of life, is happening right now, every day across the kingdom. And sports and physical activity is providing this pathway. Vision Golf asked the question, what does it look like, bold vision to create impact? It looks like today, Saudi Arabia is creating this impact. Physical activity rates have increased from 13% to 60% in 6 years. Neighborhood clubs, now a total of 45, with an expansion plan to reach 100 schools, 200 the year after, and 1,000 schools the year after that. And for the panel to follow, a discussion of what comes beyond the game, this is what comes beyond the game. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is already there, already experiencing and building it. Our next task will be transforming the vision and our quality of life into a lasting legacy. Not just chasing the kingdom, but the region and the world. Saudi is already looking ahead, bringing investments, new ideas, and together helping to build a sustainable, world-class sports ecosystem and infrastructure that benefits every single person living in Saudi Arabia, that secures economic benefits for the kingdom, that ensures healthier opportunities, and that positions the kingdom among the global community as a leader in health and wellness, and not just sports. From a healthier lifestyle to sustainable development, to renewable energy, to ecological preservation, in the future, when someone thinks of who is driving progress and change, they'll think of Saudi Arabia, the place where sports and physical activity supports social progress, gender equality, and public health. Where bold vision, Vision 2030, and concrete impacts are not just aspirational, hopefully they'll be defining lives now. Thank you very much.